More breaking news here tonight. New clues presented in court that could reveal why someone assassinated Charlie Kirk.
Prosecutors unveiled texts that they say were exchanged between Tyler Robinson and his roommate at the time. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams.
And I'm Michael Brownlee. Conan Nolan is here to break down what we saw and heard here today in court.
That's right. Well, they were talking about text messages that the shooter apparently exchanged with his roommate, who is somebody who is transitioning from male to female. And as a result of that, there was essentially the roommate finding out that, oh, listen, there's stories about a shooter. Was it you? And he essentially says, yes, it was me. I'm sorry. And then the roommate asks why, and he comes back with the text message saying it was because of hate. He believed that Charlie Kirk was involved in hate speech, and there's just nothing you can negotiate about that. And so they have a tremendous amount of evidence with regard to that. Not just that, but also a note that he left when he texted the roommate saying that. Hey, read this note. I left it over by this table. The roommate goes and looks at the note and realizes it says, I went. He was on campus and I went and did it. So that exchange. Apparently, the roommate's been very cooperative. Plus, the prosecutors talked about how the mother and father talked him out, Tyler Robinson, out of suicide and told him to go see a family friend who's a retired police officer, sheriff's deputy, who talked him into turning himself in to authorities. Another exchange, Tyler Robinson said his father had gone MAGA and that there was this disconnect between him and his parents. Those are the list of counts, at least 7 counts. The number 1 count, though, aggravated murder. That could get him the death penalty.
How unusual was it? This was a very long news conference. Yeah. For the prosecutor to come out and read almost every single text message, to give us almost a blow-by-blow of what the parents did, how they did all of this, talked him out of taking his own life. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Well, no, but this is an extraordinary case. And the prosecutor, the chief prosecutor for the county of Utah, from the start was talking about how this is a national tragedy, that Charlie Kirk was engaged in fundamentally the First Amendment right to free speech. And I think it was clear that he understood the enormity of this issue. Remember, Charlie Kirk is one of the most important figures in the American conservative movement, certainly when it comes to the outreach to younger conservatives, millions. We saw the vigils around the world for him. So I think the chief prosecutor here realized, put everything on the table as best you can, because a lot of people have questions, and I want to be transparent.
We have just a little bit of time here, but Kash Patel really in the hot seat here today over this.
Yeah, well, there was a big argument on Capitol Hill, the Senate hearing. Kash Patel, first of all, he was criticized for sending out text messages during the investigation, saying, we got a suspect in custody. When it turns out they didn't have somebody. The person they were questioning wasn't it. So there was a question of incompetence. Then he had said earlier on a completely different issue, release the Epstein files. They went after about that. And plus, Adam Schiff went after him for taking some of the FBI agents and taking them off their investigations into intelligence gathering and organized crime and putting them on with ICE raids. So, yeah, it was very contentious.
That exchange was stunning.
It was, as it was with Cory Booker of New Jersey. They shouted over each other. There's no love lost between. In fact, Cory Booker said, this may be your last hearing because he thinks Donald Trump's going to fire him.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, Conan, as always, we appreciate it.
My pleasure.
We'll have another report at 6 on the NBCLA app. We also have a timeline in this case, plus what the accused shooter's parents are revealing about their son, and on our website as well, NBCLA.com. We have a Charlie Kirk trending bar that's located on the home